Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I'm half the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Hey.
I almost said my name was Mel. I was like, and I'm Mel.
And I'm Mel also.
Jesus.
So what's up? Today, we got a topic for you.
We talking about love again.
When don't we?
Not actually love, though. Shut up.
We've talked about before where, you know, after a breakup, you feel like the most powerful version of yourself.
After a while, yes.
After the initial hump of being terribly sad,
yes.
there's like this empowering moment where you say, fuck them, fuck it, I'm a baddie, I'm gonna grow from this in some capacity, or not, and you're just gonna...
I might hurt myself a little more in this process.
Who knows? But with that, after that little feeling, you get yourself back into dating.
You get that mojo going.
Get that mojo going, and then you start to realize that you love the chase.
Yeah. I don't know if everyone is like... I don't think everyone's like this.
I don't think everyone is like this.
Are you like this?
I feel like I was like this.
So, like, you are. You just don't know if you would be anymore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I think genuinely, everybody enjoys being
sought after.
Sought after in some capacity.
It's just...
Some more than others, though, for sure.
Yeah. I personally really enjoy the chase. And I think it has to do with my Leo. Just really out there, like, tell me you like me. Tell me how much you love me. I'm so amazing. I know. Like, that's like the chase. It's just like the moment where everyone's showing you the perfect version of themselves. Sometimes there's a little bit of not so perfectness, but that's also because they're probably just a shitty human and they're not nice when they're not on a first date either. So I just feel like it's just like the time to be like giddy and like excited about someone, even if it's like in reality you're like, do I want to date them? No.
So you view the chase as somebody who's like showing the best version of themselves to
win me over.
Got it.
Right? Like, they're trying to pursue me.
They're like,
not always necessarily like, I want to be with you. Like, none of that. No love bombing shit. But just like, you're just so different. Like, when they say that shit, on one hand, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're like literally such an idiot. But on the other hand, I'm like, but tell me more. Like, what do you mean?
But tell me all the reasons why.
Literally. Because I'm like, I know I'm not that fucking different. At least not from any of my friends. Like, I feel like we're all very much the same within reason. But like, guys just always want to throw out the like you just don't know what's out there, and like girls suck, and I'm like, what?
Like, you mean you guys suck?
Yeah, I'm
because
like,
you're the ones who can't figure it out, but okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know why you think that's making me want to be with you. Like, it's making me want to hear more about myself, because I'm like, so explain. It's also like another reason to be like, is he different? Is he different? He's saying I'm different, but explain to me why I am. Like, if you think I'm so... Because their reasons are always like, just like have thoughts. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Please don't date anyone that's saying that. That is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, their reasons are terrible.
I can't stand when a guy says, like, you're different than all the rest. Because I'm just like, you're a woman hater?
And it also shows that that's also a problem too, though. Like, sometimes I'll catch myself being like, men, just like... I can't give the example because it's just way too revealing, but I'll tell you. So, like, there's moments where I'll be like, men, like, you're kind, or like this. But it's, like, within reason. But when men are just throwing out random, like, jabs at women and have nothing to back it up, it's like, just like, what?
What are you doing? I don't know.
Like, are you trying to say most of the women that you meet are brain dead? Like, I don't get it. Like, because they're not.
No. I feel like more often than not, when they're saying that shit, a reflection of how shitty they are as a man. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I hate the compliment, or not even the compliment, it's like a backhanded compliment of like, you're different because you're not crazy. You're not like intense.
I'll show you crazy, babe.
Oh, baby, you don't know shit right now. Give me a reason to feel crazy, and you're about to from saying this shit.
No, when they say that, I'm like, oh, I'll tell you crazy. You want to hear a crazy story about me and my ex? I've been crazy before.
Everyone has. So to say, I don't know, just say that shit, it's like not even a compliment. It's like a jab to somebody else. Mm-hmm. I think saying things more like, you're so mature.
Right.
Like,
or like, I've never had a girl sit me down and talk to me so like calmly about this. Like, I really respect that.
Literally, use your words. Use your words.
Just use filler words if you have to. Like,
it's so fucking dumb.
You're gonna be silly about it.
Learn how to speak. I don't know, man.
We got off topic, but
anyway.
The chase. It's just like...
It's the point before you're, like, falling in love. Or, like...
like,
even just, like, getting to really like somebody. It's more so, like, liking the feeling that somebody likes you.
Yes. And for me, I feel like it lasts... I kid you not, 2 to 3 weeks. That's my turnaround on the chase.
And then you have to find someone else.
And then I gotta find someone else to, do it with. Because, like, let's assume, like, it starts from, like, a date. Or, like, some sort of banter via text. Or whatever it is. Like, a date of some sort. And you're, like, the first date goes well. You're obsessed. You're like, oh my god, this person's so much fun to be around. They're so nice. They did this one really cute thing, and I'm gonna obsess about it for the next week and a half because it was so nice. And they're, complimenting you like, oh my god, the date was so fun. Like, they're just eating you up, you know what I mean? It's so fun. And then you're smiling when they text you. It's like, why?
Are you talking about them chasing you, or are you chasing them?
It's like both. We're chasing each other.
Got it.
Do you think it can... I feel like one way is weird. One-sided.
Yeah.
Explain.
No, it can be.
Okay, explain the one-sided chase. Maybe I do know
I think that's on, like, the toxic side of things, though. I feel like the one-sided chase is, like, either you're really looking for validation from somebody and you're not even giving a fuck about them, but you enjoy the attention.
You said, I'm saying nothing nice about you, but you keep telling me nice things.
And you allow them to be in your vicinity or in your, like... in your life to some capacity just because you want the validation, because you want the chase of somebody else liking you. The attention is what you care about.
And not the person.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that said, though, I think there's also a different part where, like, I guess this is a two-way street too, though, but, like, I've been in situations where, like, the chase was much longer than the 2 to 3 week period because the person would screw me over. And then they would chase after me. And I enjoyed... It was like
a cycle of chase.
It was a cycle and literally addictive to be, like, brought to a point so low. But then them chasing to a point where you're, like, feeling good about yourself. Yes. And you feel in control, but you're honestly out of control because you're allowing them to chase you to a point where you're like, I need this.
Yeah.
Like, it's addicting.
I was gonna say, like, if that 2 to 3 week cycle was to end, because it's like, you annoyed me, like, now I have the ick. Mm-hmm. If they come back strong enough, the cycle could start again. You know what I mean? Like,
but on your end, or just, like, for them to be chasing you?
See, at that point, maybe it's just that.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not to say that you're, like, toxic in that, but it's just, like, it's very human to want to be sought after in that way.
To want to be wanted. Isn't that a song?
Or me and Sam just fucking delusional. I don't know.
Or maybe everyone just wants us. I don't know. Just kidding. Yeah, I think the second part would be definitely a little more toxic. And I'd be less... Yeah, it's like, I can't believe this motherfucker. And then you can continue the bit, though. Then
it's the bit of it all. For, like, wanting...
It's like, still part of the chase, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. The chase could be not a good thing. It could be a fucking toxic ass shit.
Fun. But I'm also like, so specifically, there's this guy right now that there's maybe a chase. We're in the second phase if there is a chase still happening. The problem with the second half is, like, I don't care if the chase continues or not. Mm-hmm. Like, if he would have, like, ghosted me at the beginning, I would have probably been, like, a little obsessed. Like,
right.
What the fuck? Who the fuck does this guy think he is? Gasses me up and then leaves me on red? The fuck?
Fuck you.
Literally. But I think we ended on, like, a kind of giving me the ick, and he could feel it. But now he, like, crawls back in and I'm like, okay, like, fuck you. So I'm curious where this is gonna go. If he's gonna be irritated by my response back and just never chase again because his ego's crushed.
At some point,
Or is he gonna be like, I should try it again? He's gonna get drunk on a weekend with his friends.
Can I go both either way? Either they get the fuck over it and they're like, this bitch is annoying because she never even gave me the time of day, or it's the one that got away.
It's like he's like, I'm addicted now.
I'm addicted to the one that got away.
This other guy keeps asking me to hang out in LA on the weekends. Every weekend he's hit me up. Come out.
Which one?
JJ. Ugh. And I'm like, what?
Mr.
Animalistic.
I wish we could we just gotta start talking about your dating life in a obscure but like very obvious way. And who gives a fuck?
I don't think he listens.
Even if they did, like whatever, you know what I mean?
Okay,
just give them nicknames.
Fine, I'll give this one a story. So there was this guy. We all went out, Mel and Logan and friends. It was a birthday party. I was like, what was it for?
That was funny.
Yeah. So he messaged me on Bumble, this guy. Let's call him Jack.
Too close, girl. Too close. You have something obscure like.
Let's call him Frank.
I'd like something like
something
not a
obvious
name
to him.
No, something not a name, but like.
Oh, like caveman, like something
like
specific, like
caveman.
primal.
Yeah, primal.
Primal guy.
Okay, primal guy.
Okay. Let's call him Primal Guy, and I'll explain why in a second. Long story short, he matched with me that night, and then got my number, and it was cute how he started off. He was like, "Hey, give me your number. Like, if you need a ride home because you're too drunk, like you and your friends are too drunk, like I'll totally give you a ride home." Which like
king shit. Good job.
It's like period. And then he's messaging me, like, updating me, like, hey, like, me and my friends just got to this place. Like, let me know how you're feeling. Like, maybe we can grab a drink when you and your friends are done. I'm like, babe, I'm trashed. I don't need another drink.
I don't even know what song's playing right now. I'm sorry.
Long story short, I tell him we're about to leave wherever we're at. This fucker shows up.
Like, literally in the last 5 minutes.
5 minutes before closing, also. Like,
I think you danced for one song.
Yes, we did. And I was just like, hi. Like, oh my God, he's here. And, then we all left and went to some other party. And he came. And
I was punching a punching bag.
That was the weirdest experience.
I was really drunk.
I'm like, how much do I divulge now?
Question about me.
Yeah. That night?
Did me and Logan like say anything? Like we were like, what's your intention?
Yes. So when we get to, well, at first you guys were like good friends all around, but like he was like, oh, I'll drive you to the party, which I was like, that's like, I mean, he is gonna drive to some party. He has no idea where it's at. Like, that kind of sucks. He's driving alone. So like, I probably should go with him. And like, I did not trust him. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we should not have. We did nonetheless. And like, you know, good talking too. Look in the eyes. And yeah, he drove me to the party, went to the gas station, he got me water. It's very sweet, very nice.
Very thoughtful.
Very nice. We get to the party and immediately Mel and I go to the bathroom. And you're like, what are your intentions? I don't know, like, what do you want to do tonight or some shit? Like, I don't even know. And then
it's like a check-in, like,
yeah, it was a check-in. Should we kick him out?
Either you're staying at my house or you're going home with him, or you're going to his house and then coming home.
Yeah,
like, what is the vibe so I can prepare for it? Also, like, if you need an out, tell me now so that I don't have to try to figure it out.
Not so then it's not like, oh yeah, go, and then you're like, no, I don't want to go. You're supposed to say no. We had the check-in. It was green lights. If you know what that means, then it was a green light. And he was nice. He was very nice. Second time we hung out, he made me dinner at his place, which was also very nice.
Cooking skills, 0 to 10.
See, he forgot I was non-dairy, yeah. So he had cheese. He didn't put it on my thing or whatever. But he felt like an idiot. And I was like, well,
you are.
I'm like, I mean, we only hung out once, so maybe I should have told you, hey, again, I don't eat cheese. But nonetheless, it was good. There was definitely some pizzazz in there. Like, he wasn't just like, here's some spaghetti and some sauce. Like, he was like, this is like my mom's favorite recipe. Like, it was cute.
Oh, cute.
It was sweet.
Okay, thoughtful. Anyways.
It was cute. Anyways, he was also a terrible host, though. Or, like, he just couldn't multitask. Like, he forgot. He put wine on the table with 2 glasses and then started cooking. And I was like,
am I supposed to
do I open it? And then like I was like too like, oh, I'm nervous. Like, do I ask? And then he fucking realized it. He was like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Well, whatever. Long story short, his nickname Primal. Let's just say, I mean, there's like a couple reasons, I guess.
There's two, really.
There's honestly two reasons, but let's just go with the noises he was making.
Start before that. Let's do that 1 second, because
okay,
I feel like it
added up. Okay, I think the first night we hung out, I don't remember if it was the first or second, whatever, but we watched a show on like HBO called Primal, and he was obsessed. He
literally obsessed.
Loved it. He was talking about how the dinosaur feels, all these things.
Speaking of dinosaurs.
So yeah. And secondly, the noises he made. So
primal.
Yes.
Primal noises.
Very primitive. Anyways, this man, all of that to say that I have not spoken to this man in a while, like months and months and months. And he was like DJing some party, or like knew the DJ at something in LA, and I wasn't going to be there. And then he said, oh, we might be running it back again. And then they were, and I was like, I still don't want to go to it. Thanks though. And then he hit me up this weekend and was like, come down or something? Want to come down this weekend? I was like,
to what?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? I was like, I haven't seen you in months. I'm like, didn't I ghost you over text? Like, I don't remember. But like, men are just like, he's trying to start the chase again. I left him clearly with something to be wanted more of. And I'm like, I don't want.
I'm good. Good,
more.
Thanks though.
Thanks. Yeah, so that's when the chase also kind of maybe, you gotta be careful if you entice someone with the chase a little too much.
Yeah. I'm not scared to close some doors, but I feel like some people like to have the option open regardless. And I'm like, but why? If you didn't even enjoy it, kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. So in those cases, like, I don't know.
Like, how do you close that door when it's kind of like, almost like it was non-verbally agreed upon that the door was closed? Like, I haven't spoken to you in months.
I think, like, from the beginning, though, you should have, but, like, saying something, like, very straightforward, like, hey, honestly, I'm not interested anymore.
From the beginning? Like, you mean like from the second I was uninterested?
That you were uninterested, unless you didn't know that you wanted to keep like the door closed. But that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I'm like, close the fucking door. I don't care. There's so many other people in the world. Like,
yeah,
if you have one bad experience with someone, like, especially in the beginning, I just feel like it's like not.
Depending on the level of bad experience, for sure. Like, if it was just kind of like, you kind of give me the ick a little bit.
But I feel like you can't come back from an ick, really.
Maybe not an ick. I don't even remember what my ick was for this other guy. I don't know what nickname to give this other guy. This guy could be Mario. We saw the Super Mario movie together.
Oh.
He was more like Bowser in the movie. So obsessed with me and a little angry. What was I saying? Oh, the ick. I don't remember what the ick was. I don't know. But anyways, all this to say is that what makes the chase so fucking exciting, I think, is like, you know nothing about them.
Yeah.
Which is also the terrifying part. But
while the chase is happening, how fucking fun.
So fun. It's like, I could just dream up my perfect version of you right now. Whether you are.
The possibilities are literally endless of what this person can be like. And your brain will come up with a good version of them. Mm-hmm. And you run with it until they do the very bad thing that they do.
Exactly, yes.
Like, I'm gonna tell a story. Not my own personal story.
I'm gonna tell a story.
But somebody I know, is like constantly dating right now. And she went on a date with this guy. And the first time they hung out, first of all, they went to that bar we've been wanting to go to.
Bitch.
Right? Fucked up.
Rude. Wait, who? What a bitch!
I know! Nope. And I knew you were going to be angry because she said, and Sam's going to hate me for this. And I said, period. I am too.
Yeah, well, we have to go back. No.
So she went to this bar that's like a, kind of like a.
It's like arcadey.
Arcadey, like bar.
Like Dave & Buster's, but not.
Like beer bar type. Yeah, like Dave & Buster's, but smaller.
Yeah.
she went there with him, and I think they actually started at like a different restaurant that's like across the street. But anyway, from the get-go, he was like fucking weird, where he would like, she was very nervous because he sent some very obscure like
memes,
not even text. I think it was like, oh, she called him, and she was like, hey, yeah, I'm about to leave, like just want to make sure that you know the bar, whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm just gonna wait. Okay, like not bad, right? I guess.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like,
he's early.
But he was like kind of making like weird jokes of like, well, you're not here.
You said, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, because you're really early, dude. Like, it's just weird. You know, that was the initial vibe. She was like, okay.
Maybe he was just nervous.
Yeah.
And he likes to get there early, but he made it weird.
Yeah. So then, anyways, turns out they had a great time. And she ended up like really enjoying her date with him. They like went into the night, got drunk, made out, had a good time.
Okay.
Like, everything was good.
Yeah.
Then he invites her over for dinner.
Different date.
Okay. To his house in fucking Burbank, which
kind of far.
He like she brings a bottle of wine. Also, it's his birthday.
Oh, did she know it was his birthday?
She knew it was his birthday, but also like he's like, I don't really care about my birthday, but like I just want to like hang out with you today. She's like, okay, bit weird.
Kind of weird, but okay.
Yeah. So then she gets there, she brings a bottle of wine, and he's like, yeah, they drink the first bottle, and they're like, yeah, maybe we should go get another one. Oh. Like, maybe we each go get another one.
Separately?
Also, this is like a Wednesday night. Yes. That would be 3 bottles of wine. She bought one and he bought one. But, like, at the cash register, the person was like, oh, together or separate? And he's like, no, separate. We got to teach her some things. Or, like, kind of, like,
he just made
a weird joke. But it's, like, not cute. Like, that's weird. So that part happened. And then they get back to the house, and he starts to talk about his weird roommate, who's there, very like Trumpy, very like QAnon,
you say.
And he like starts the conversation of like, you know, I don't necessarily agree with everything he says, but like, you know, he does have a lot of points. And she's
already 2 bottles in.
Yes.
She's like, I can't drive home.
Yeah. He's like starts saying like, you know, but I think like he has a lot of reason, and he starts to like list all of these conspiracy theories.
Why are we?
And she's just like, okay, like I don't really care to listen. Yeah. And also like they went like the first date, she talked about how liberal she was, and he was like, me too, blah blah blah, right? Okay. Very interesting. Okay. But then we get to the point where they start to talk about like spirituality and shit, and she starts to talk about her endeavors with like shamans and like, you know, meditating, kind of like like getting like little snippets of like from the other side. And she talks about her life story with her mom. And
what does he do?
She's like gets to a point where she's like super. He also like he's like one of those guys of like astrology's not real, not spirituality's not real, but just like that kind of
like
vibe. Energy isn't real, like all that kind of stuff. And she gets to a point where she's uncomfortable. She's like, yeah, I think it's time for me to go. He's already made me like really uncomfortable and weird about it. I also don't want to be here with your weird roommate. He has the audacity to be like,
no, don't tell me he says something he expected.
No. Oh. I mean, I don't know if it's better or worse, but he goes, no, please don't leave. Like, we don't want you to leave. And she goes, oh, like, I have to go, but what do you mean by we? Like, who's we?
Stop it right now.
And he goes, me and your mom. When he already dissed her for not believing in that shit. Could you imagine? I would have probably been like, for real, dude?
I would have grabbed his bottle. Fuck you.
No, not that too far. But like, wow.
I mean, just your mom jokes really is reserved for the person who has lost their mother. You know? You just don't be throwing those out.
But also like disrespecting her belief systems. And then using the mom on top of it all.
What'd she say?
I think she's just like, okay. I don't even remember what she said, that like what she told me she said, but she just got uncomfortable and left. But yeah, it's really crazy that like the chase was so fun for her. She's like, she was dating other people at the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, but I really like this guy because he was so much fun to be around, and like it was just easy and casual. Just, like, the chase was real up until the realness happened.
It's kind of blinding.
It's blinding for sure.
Another person I was talking to that's dating a couple people, she's looking for her like husband. She's been seriously dating and like looking, whatever. She's been on like 3 to 5 dates with each of these guys. It's 2 different guys, and she was like explaining things that she didn't like about one of the guys, and it was like, babe, these are awful things. Like, no. These are not like,
give examples.
He was like rich, he had a house on the beach, he drives a Porsche, which she was like, I don't necessarily care about all these things. Mm-hmm. She's like, but like obviously that's like cool. She's like, I just thought like his house was like decorated really weird. He's a mama's boy. His mom called multiple times during their dates and was like, where are you? And he's like, Mom, you know I'm literally at home. Like, what? Like, why are you being weird? And like his mom decorated his house for him. Like, I'm just kidding. Red flag.
Also, why do you admit to that?
Exactly. Why are you admitting that your mom is...
I really put a lot of work into it.
Right? And he like anyway. He literally, like, little boy. Oh, one example of this like really going to the extreme was there was toothpaste on the shower, and he goes, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Like, my mom would be so mad. My mom.
Why are you bringing up your mom in every part of the conversation?
And she's like, oh, like, I wouldn't have really cared. But also, like, why do you do it? Because you care, not because you're gonna get in trouble by mommy.
Yeah, totally.
So he was weird for that. Another thing was like he kind of kept flaking and just like he's all over the fucking place, and like apparently really wants to move like abroad, and like that's not really part of her thing. And he's like, no, but like I really want to talk to you. But, like, also, I want to move abroad. She's like, okay, but I'm telling you right now, I don't want to do that. He's like, well, it might not happen, though. Like, I just leave my life up to, like, all the opportunities that might come to me. And, like, I want to keep pursuing you as an opportunity. And she's like, okay, but, like, you're seriously pursuing this other thing, too, that I'm not interested in doing.
I feel like that is not necessarily, like, I mean, it is.
It's, like, a red flag for her, specifically.
Yeah, but also it's like a red flag for him. He should recognize of like she does not want whatever your intentions are. Not your even a red flag, but it's just like you guys aren't compatible.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Yeah.
And the other guy she went on a date with, like, he like got a hotel for them in Laguna, and like they spent like the day there.
What friend is this? Okay.
Yeah. So she said like as soon as she got there, he had like a gift for her.
What?
I know. I was like, shut the fuck up, get this. It was literally a blanket from Costco that she had told him I really wanted. Oh my God.
Okay, remembering things.
Memory. Like, he is putting his absolute best foot forward. And, like, he's very, like, we're gonna hang out. This is what I want to do. This other fucking guy is like, oh, okay, yeah, let's hang out on Monday. You pick dinner, I'll pick a movie. So then she follows up 24 hours before, like, hey, are we still doing that? And he's like, oh yeah, like, I'm still down. And she's like, okay, did you pick a movie? He's like, oh no, haha, like, we'll just see when we get there.
No.
She's like, what if I don't want to see the fucking movies that are out? Like, and also you said you were picking the movie. I picked the fucking restaurant as I was supposed to do.
I can't.
I mean, maybe some people are like into that, like, oh my God,
like,
which like sometimes is sometimes that is cute, but I feel like it's more cute when you're in a relationship. Because it's like, I know I want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
No matter what we do. But like...
But you're not putting your best foot forward like you just said. Like, you're not showing up as the best version of you. Because then...
And that's just like...
There's no way it's going to go up from there. Like, if anything, it'll go down from there.
And it's like the chase at that point is done.
It's done.
It's just, I'm pursuing this person if I like them seriously or not. Mm-hmm. And that's when it gets boring.
That's when it gets boring, for sure.
Then it gets hard. You have to make hard decisions, and like that's just not as fun.
But yeah, the chase is fun when all the things are lining up to be fun. The possibilities are endless. You're having this imaginative life with this person.
You're like, oh my God, we could be endgame. But like, do I really want to be endgame? I don't know.
The ambiguity of what the relationship could be is so exciting.
Yeah.
And that's where it ends.
And that's where it dies. If you can make it past the chase, it's pretty incredible. And that's not to say, like,
Like, past that point, it's not fun anymore.
No, or like, I remember one guy I dated would be like, oh, like, girls just don't make it past, like, 3 months. And I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, you know, like, I've been talking to you for, like, 6 months. And I was like, barely. Like, he tried to use that whole, like, you're so interesting bullshit. And I'm like, maybe you're just talking to the wrong people for you. And I'm just, like, a little different from them in terms of what I like to talk about.
At that point, I just feel like it's them that's the issue.
Like,
where
maybe
it's like,
you're not.
You're just the issue where...
I mean, he is an issue. That's for sure.
You're a liability.
I was the one bringing up good conversation.
Yeah. I'm like, have you ever thought that maybe you're the problem? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not to say, like, oh my god, like, if he made it past the chase. It's like, sometimes it has nothing to do with, like, your actual, like, the actual person and, like, if you're interested in them or not, but just, like, what you're looking for. Because some people, their intention is literally just to meet someone to chase and then
move on to the next one and the next one. But if you're looking for a relationship, have fun with the chase, but also, like, dig a little deeper. I'm not saying uncover their deepest, like, rooted shit, but just, like...
I just think, like, the chase ends faster when you're looking for a relationship, right? Because you're a little more, like, all right, you already icked me.
Point. Yeah. It's just, like, there's no point of even doing the chase, because, like, you're...
Yeah.
But anyway.
I did randomly get an ad on Instagram the other day, and it was, like, you know, like, the street interview style type things, and it was like, oh, do you like texting before a date? And I'm asking a girl, and the girl was like, no, I absolutely hate texting before a date. Like, let's just get to it. Like, let's just make a date already. And I was like, I hate just making a date and not talking to them at all.
I think that could be a generational difference, because
Maybe.
I do think that, or honestly, I don't know. I definitely think there's some, what's the word? There's some benefits to not speaking before the date, because I think there's less involvement, less, like,
it's like less
what's the
pressure?
word? Like, no, like, attachment.
Oh.
There's less attachment to the person, because then they just really show up as who they are. And they're not grasping at stuff that you've already said.
Or, like, expectations of, like, well, they seem like they're going to be this type of person, so they better show up like that.
Exactly. Because I will say another story, make it short and brief. Remember that this last person that I was talking about dating, we thought that person was, like, perfect for her.
Yeah.
Teeth were janky. Sorry to say that. Teeth were awful. And also, I think they were a con artist.
Why?
Because
they forgot their wallet.
They forgot their wallet, but had a satchel attached to their body. What's in the satchel, babe?
I want to know what this person was like face to face.
Asked her to pay for all of food and drinks.
I'd be like,
then at the very end was like, hey, can you actually do me a favor? Also pay for my parking.
You're kidding. You left that out of the story.
And the reason I'm telling you is that, like, if she just showed up to the date without having prior conversation, I think, first of all, there would be, like, less...
Expectations were high going into the date.
Yeah, exactly. The expectations were a little too high, and there was, like, already a lot of attachment made. And there's also just some, like, uncomfortableness of, like, you know who I am.
I would have said, no, I can't pay for your parking.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm actually tapped out. My credit cards. Good luck. Maybe you can ask the waiter.
No, I agree. That's not even... I'm just saying, like...
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, there has to be this kind of... like, for me, going on the date is more of a waste of time for me. I don't know why. Because I'm like, I got ready. I got cute. I wasted an outfit. For me, that's more emotional and physical labor than texting and being like, actually, I'd never want to meet you. But I also don't text so much to the point where I'm like, I know everything about this person. Or, like, you know? I try to keep it, like, very much... Where'd you go to school? That's really cool. Like whatever. I don't know. I'm terrible at dating. Don't fucking listen to me.
I think also, like, when people tend to, like, have more of a conversation before a date, I think, like, the expectations are higher. So, like, I also feel if you've already had, like, flirtatious conversation, then the expectations of it going further also that night is, like,
right,
much more prevalent.
Men need to release the idea that women owe you anything.
And women, you need to realize you don't owe them shit.
Yes. because men be thinking I paid for our date. You owe me a kiss at minimum, a fucking hug. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
No. This was your choice as much as it was mine, and you decided to pay.
Exactly.
What? So, anyway, the chase.
Chase is fun.
She's short.
She's a short-lived little moment, unless you're doing the toxic
unless
version of it. Then, babes, get out of it, because you gotta go.
You find someone else to chase for 3 weeks, and then you'll get over that other person.
It's called the chase, because at some point, you're gonna stop running and be exhausted.
Yeah. And
so just pace yourself.
I mean, like, I guess in general, relationships shouldn't be a chase.
No.
But, like, it is still, quote unquote, a chase, even if you're finding, you know, the one or whatever.
There's a point in time where it's a chase.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, it's like, oh my god, we both like each other, it's kitty, it's cute. And then you guys decide to be, like, the next step, and it's like, all right, it's for real now.
Yeah.
It's not that giddy and cute anymore. It's like, we're here forever.
We're here forever. And there's also the chaser and the chasee. And that's a whole other dynamic, but...
What does that mean?
Like, there's a person who likes to chase and the other one likes to be chased.
See, I like both. It's a problem. Maybe that's worse. But my chasing is fake as fuck.
Not that. Not fake as fuck.
Not fake as fuck, but just like, I'll be doing the most.
Anyway.
And that's on that.
And that's the end of that. So, I don't know, man. Give us your best chasing stories, because I feel like more often than not, it ends with a bang. Literal
Certainly.
or not.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it at that.
Wait, I'd love to share those stories. Can you guys please? I want to read them.
Me too. But yeah, so let us know if you've enjoyed this episode. Go ahead and rate our podcast on Apple,
Please.
Spotify, anything that you're listening
We've
on.
had way too many haters engaging with our content on YouTube, so if you would like to be a non-hater and give us a like,
it would mean the world.
Like,
also, for you haters, just get out of here. If you're not enjoying it, stop it.
yeah,
Just
like
go away.
It's
Go
fine.
away.
We're fine. You're fine.
You're clearly not, like, gonna stop us from doing this. But just, like, no one needs to hear your point of view.
Your negativity.
Your negativity is not welcomed here. You little
Your little
keyboard soldier.
Yeah, there it is.
Get out of
Keyboard
here.
soldier. Bye.
Get out of here. All right. Well, with that said, go follow us on
With that
all of
said,
our
love you
socials.
guys.
And that's it. We'll see you in Glowing Hour.
Bye.